I'm kind of excited for the PvP as well. My friend Census, he's a big WoW PvPer too, and he's been playing FF more than I. And he was like, "Do you want to get rank 1 next season?" And I was like, "Did somebody say rank 1 PvP?" I don't know how good the PvP is gonna be though. I want to check it out today. I want to check out everything today.
Endwalker, and this might be a real game changer. Alright, it's named Crystal Conflict. That's the new title of the PvP content. It's coming only in 6.1. They announced that they want to basically only introduce it in 6.1 to ensure that they get the balancing right and to work out all the kinks in the new system. So the top line announcements is that this is a 5v5 PvP content, and it's really more targeted at a casual kind of gameplay. So it's not like a hardcore arena style esports kind of World of Warcraft implementation, which in my previous video on PvP I mentioned that this might be a very bad idea for Final Fantasy XIV, given that, you know, there is server ticks and concepts with regards to latency that can't really be fixed because of spaghetti codes. They also mentioned that there'll be
What is spaghetti? I think I know what he's talking about actually, because when I went to duel people in the Wolf's Den, I'm trying to go around pillars, and these guys are like smashing me through the pillar. I'm like, what is the pillars for? When I PvP, it's literally just like two people just. There's, I don't know, dude.
removal of
People hit
role-based
me from like
matchmaking
10
in
miles
action, so
away.
you literally can queue as, I guess, whatever role you want. But they also mentioned that there will be distinctive PvP actions and job-specific adrenaline rushes, and they also alluded to the fact that this might feel like an entirely new experience. And I suspect this has got to do with the way they're thinking about balancing around the removal of role-based matchmaking. Because let's face it, if you were to try and form a party of 5 and you're looking for that one tank or one healer, like, it kind of slows you down on the process of, you know, just a casual game mode. They then mentioned that they will talk more about it closer to its release in 6.1. And the next slide, this is the big one. They mentioned that this is going to be implemented in the form of casual ranked and even custom matches, and I'm personally more interested in the last bullet point here, which is skill-based matchmaking. It does sound like there might be ranked tiered rewards coming, but, you know, let's watch on. So they go on to explain that the objective is to capture the tactical crystal that is highlighted in the yellow circle in the middle, and it seems like both teams will be designated blue or red, and in their circle on the left and right respectively is where you will start off. This sounds a bit like Overwatch payload, but let me watch on a little. Oh, this is kind of like the push gameplay. So basically what they are explaining now
is it like the Overwatch where you stand on the crystal and the crystal moves and then you capture that point and then you maybe rest from here and have to walk back?
that if, let's say, Team A, the blue team, is standing on the crystal and you possess the crystal will start moving towards the opposite.
I honestly liked the maps like that. Those are fun. But I will say one thing. I guess these could be LOS. I was thinking like positionals, but
Positions base.
if it's just a track where you fight, it's like Aram in League of Legends, kind of.
Finally reaches the opposition space. Alright, they're showing us some maps. This is definitely more like a Sullen theme compared to like the Shalayan theme that they showed earlier. And this is like a fiery volcano map. Do you guys see like the routes on the maze? Like, kind of reminds me of Hell's Lit a little. Yoshi P is talking about some gimmick in each map now. Wait, this is Bomberman. Yeah, they're basically saying that each map comes with unique gimmicks.
That is Bomberman.
So on top of, yeah, you know, your traditional PvP, you can also use like the map's gimmicks to your favor. Oh, they just explained that Yoshi P, when he first started off in the gaming industry, he actually worked on the Bomberman series when he joined Hudson. But I think they also
loved the Bomberman.
His experience then. Apparently, they're also giving out seasonal rewards and ranking related rewards. Now, this might be a slight concern for people regarding seasonal rewards. I hope you're able to purchase previous season's rewards, hopefully. They also clarified that players will be rewarded with titles, achievements, and other accolades. They then went on to explain they're overhauling the PvP reward system. Apparently, they will be introducing the concept of season versus series. And season is assigned to only the Crystal Conflict new gameplay PvP mode, while the rest of like the PvP content will fall under what they call series.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested because this is new and everyone's going to be learning at the same time. So the learning curve will be the same. Like the previous PvP, people already had high... I mean, I guess it's not that high, but people already like were good at it. But this is like everyone starts the same level, kind of, right? I'm kind of interested from hearing about this.
Clarified that series is really meant for something that is of a longer time period. They gave the guidance that this is usually between major patches, for example from 6.1 to 6.2. But seasons for Crystal Conflict will be a lot shorter in terms of its time frame. I think they use the example that the season can be between 6.1 to 6.15 and then 6.15 to 6.18. And the fact that they are isolating Crystal Conflict and giving it special treatment tells me that they are doubling down on Crystal Conflict as the PvP game mode that will be the most popular one for, I think, the bulk of the player base. And I think it's fair to say that most people would agree that PvP is probably the weakest component of Final Fantasy XIV as an MMORPG right now. This is Yoshi P and team's reiteration of trying to win over the PvP fans. Alright, they just explained the concept of series rewards. And keep in mind, series is the longer time frame, time duration that I mentioned that applies to all PvP content. And what they're saying on this slide is, as you play PvP content, you will gain experience points. And the experience points will lead to you gaining levels in terms of your series. So for Series 1, for example, you can ascend from level 1 all the way to level 10. And you can see that they earmark certain checkpoints here. And when you hit certain checkpoints, when you reach a certain amount of experience level, you unlock special tokens. And they mentioned that when you hit certain series level, you can then purchase...
I actually love this system, chat. It gives you like just stuff to eat while you're doing. You're getting like rewarded as you play. I know you guys are not gonna like what you're gonna hear, but when you play like Fortnite or Apex, which I enjoyed, Apex was super fun. Every time you level, you get like emotes or new skins. I thought that was really cool. I love this system. When I made my WoW PvP stuff, I always asked for a battle pass, like give us new emotes, give us transmogs, make my abilities like look cooler.
Gear, mounts, and other items, and I'm assuming that's using tokens.
This is
and
really
I think
cool.
what they're hinting at is that whether or not you win or lose, you probably get varying amounts of XP. But I think they're also trying to forge a mentality that goes against the idea of, oh, you lost? Well, you just wasted your time. Because that kind of fosters, I think, negative and potentially toxic behavior. I think it's a cool concept, but my concern here is that will it result in some form of FOMO experience where if I don't participate in the series, then I'll never be able to get the gears and mounts from Series 1. Because that would be a real shame, I think. And then they showed the second slide.
For me, I don't really mind it. Because it just gives you something special for the people that played back in that one season. It makes it special. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I don't mind seasonal stuff.
They mentioned that at the start of every series, your EXP level will be reset. And there will be...
Because they can just show like, oh dude, this guy's been playing since season 1 and he has like elite set. That's badass, you know?
Series specific mounts, which I really hope is not only time gated to that specific series. The look and feel of this is a bit like, you know, those battle pass concepts, to be honest. Except you get a free battle pass basically. Oh, it's like they read our minds. Holy shit, they clarified. Okay, so it's not time gated. The rewards will not be time gated. The tokens that you earn from each series, you can carry those tokens forward into the next series. And the previous series rewards like mounts and glamour and all these will still be available using your token for exchange. I felt this was the most important slide. Going down the path of using what Blizzard is trying to do, like FOMO, like time gated content and time frame specific rewards, is not a path I wanted to see them go down, so I'm glad they're sticking to their principles. This is huge, honestly. This is like...
Then React, thank you so much for the fog, is so appreciated. Yeah, there it is, chat. You could go back and get your stuff. That's August in the chat, dude. I don't mind that it gives this game much need bragging rights besides ultimate stuff. I guess you could get titles though. Yeah, it's like the ARR first players, they have like a tattoo on their back or something, or neck. I think that's cool to see. Because when I see that, I'm like, holy cow, that guy's been playing since day 1, right? I actually like those kind of stuff. I don't mind it. Either way, I'm happy.
Like the most telling slide between the mentality of how Blizzard is thinking of World of Warcraft versus how Yoshi P and team is thinking of Final Fantasy XIV. Right, they also clarified that you can get series experience points in playing the new Crystal Conflict as well as the existing PvP modes. And the last thing that Yoshi P addressed in this live letter regarding PvP is that he also talked about a commonly asked question to him, which is, does Final Fantasy XIV really need PvP? And the conclusion from his response is basically Final Fantasy XIV has been growing, and the momentum of the game in terms of its growth is great. And he mentions that PvP is an important element to basically build out and to make sure that players are happy and content with the gameplay, because inevitably that will help with Final Fantasy XIV's growth. So you hear it from the man himself. PvP is something that they think is important in the game, and I think they also recognize that it's probably the weakest point of the MMORPG right now, and they're just showing you a sign of things to come.
I always say it, I think it's really hard to make a perfect balance in MMOs. In shooter games, it's easier, it's like reaction time, easier to balance. In MMOs, there's so many classes, and the way they work is pretty difficult to balance, in my opinion. But it's good to see them trying. I don't believe in a perfect balance, but if you get close to it, that's awesome. And I love seeing them try. I will say one thing though, if for PvP, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I don't like the one button mechanic where all my buttons are like tied into one. I really don't like that. Especially as a ninja, I want to do like my mudras and shootout stuff and look cool and do like my other rotations in order, but being locked into like one button, dude, it doesn't feel that satisfying to me. And when I fight other people, I know that guy's just smashing one button, I'm smashing one button, and we're just dueling one button. Dude, I don't like that at all. I think they should, because I heard from Lynn that in the previous expansion it was not one button. I thought it was always one button, but she said it wasn't one button before. I'm not sure why they made it one button, but I don't really like that. I think that kind of makes the skill cap a little lower.
Wow, is this for real, Savix?
I don't know about you folks, but I'm most excited about the Crystal Conflict new PvP game mode they will introduce in 6.1. And obviously the new Glamour sets that will come with each of the series, starting I think 6.0. As you know, Glamour is the true endgame for me after all. Anyway, I hope this succinct summary regarding PvP is helpful. If it was, do subscribe to the channel.
This looks
I
really
will definitely
cool.
be covering Endwalker very closely going into launch. Thanks
I
for
like
watching,
it.
I'll see you on the moon.
Thanks for the cover. I will sub. Is there any other chat? This guy seems really nice, by the way. I like him. For movement reasons, I thought. I think they adjusted for joystick controller. I mean, there's controller players doing ultimates and everything. I don't think they should be downgrading it for anyone. Yeah, I like him. His video was clean and simple. I like that type of stuff. It wasn't long either. I can't wait for the spear fishing to be on. Spear fishing? What? That sounds fun. You don't just spam 3 button combo and PvP get dumpstered. Or no, I don't know. Like, you know how I do murdas like this? And then I get to do my stuff? When I do PvP, it's just literally just one and then I shoot. One, I shoot. And all my rotation is just like in one. I don't really like that. I think that's kind of dumb. I'm not trying to be negative. I love this game. But I think that one button tie system, I'm not a fan of.